Hello, I'm Jamie Morland, and here in the studio today are Sidney House Captain candidates with different visions for the future of our school. Over the next 10 minutes, they'll debate head-to-head about some of the biggest issues facing Hurstmere, questions at the heart of this election. The candidates include George Collins, Josh Barton. So, first of all, could you give us a few an opening statement about why you think you should be House Captains?
You should vote George Collins for House Captain because I will listen to your views. I will make your views the head of the school. I will make sure that they will go to the head of the school. They will change the school. If you give them views, I will take them as far as I can, as long as they're sensible.
Thank you. Josh?
I should be House Captain because I was it last year, so I have experience in the role. I've managed to get a few things done this year. I was on getting the new canteen staff, water fountains in, the shelters in the playground, and if you vote for me again, there'll be shelters everywhere for wet plays, and when people come with me ideas, I make sure they go right to the top and they don't get ignored. Definitely, if I feel they should be in here, they will be in here, definitely.
Thank you. Now I'm going to go to my first question. So, what do you think is the most important job of a House Captain? Josh?
As a House Captain, you need to be very productive in what you do. So, every time I hold a meeting with the form reps, I will get the ideas straight down, and then I will probably put them in priority, but they'll probably all be top orders. And then when it comes to a House Captain's meeting, I'll make sure Mr. Wright or whoever's actually holding it hears all of them, so that all ideas will be put forward, and then the ones I feel very strongly about will be put through, but hopefully I'll be able to feel strongly about them all.
George?
I think no role as a House Captain is more important than another. However, the two that stand out for me are listening to other people's point of views and putting them forward. If you don't listen, then you can't put them forward. If you listen to ideas, you can change the school to how the pupils want, not how the teachers want, but how everyone wants as a whole.
Now, you've all spoken about ideas to put forward, so what are your sort of main policies? We'll start with Josh.
One of my main policies this year definitely is shelters, as I've already said, because from the form reps last year, the way I held my meetings with, they all came back with asking for shelters in the playground. So hopefully we'll be able to get a few more, like the shelters that are in the Year 8 playground and they're up by the quad, get them in about, so instead of blocking up the corridors during lunch and breaks, we're actually sort of outside, and then we're actually not going to get wet because of the rain, because we're under shelters.
Where would you put them?
So we keep the Year 8 one in where it is, the one in the quad where it is, and we would hopefully be able to put one right sort of near the Year 8, near the art block, sort of on that wall there, for the Year 9s. For the Year 7s, we would have to find a space, but we could even just build one on the grass somewhere, a small one or a few small ones. And for the Year 10s, there is grass behind the 3G or stuff. There is space around the 3G which stuff can be put in there for a shelter, and there'd be benches in there so people can sit down in bins to improve get rid of the seagulls and to improve the general state of the school.
Thank you. George, your main policies?
Well, the hand dryers we will keep, but we try and make the soaps, which me and Josh got in last year, as well as other members of the school council. We're trying to keep them more permanent, so they'd be refilled every week. And like Josh, in our house, we kept saying about the shelters. We want more shelters in and around the school, and I agree with Josh that we should have them in similar places. Also, something else which came up a lot last year was tracksuits. People wanted tracksuits for PE, especially when it was cold, even if they were just jumpers or long trousers for them to wear.
Thank you. Now, my next question: how do you plan to improve extracurricular activities in the school? We'll start with George.
Extracurricular activities, they are mainly sport, however there are a few more ones, but sport is mainly advertised. So if we advertise the smaller ones like drama club and pie club, computing clubs, if we advertise them more, then probably more kids will go to those, and we can probably expand them. So instead of having them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we have them Mondays and Fridays as well, and probably improve the sport ones a little bit as well. because all the extracurricular sports equipment is not the best, and I feel it could be better.
You speak about advertising them. Where would you advertise them?
Well, we'd put posters around hot spots around the school, such as the toilets, the canteens. As you come through the quad, there's a long corridor. We could put some there, mainly outside the rooms that they're hosted in, along most corridors.
Thank you. Josh?
I agree mostly with George. Definitely the sports ones. I've got a silver tie and I'm a keen sportsman. So the sports clubs, I can tell are they're more popular. But as you know, in all schools there's the more keen sporty kids and then the less keen. So making more extracurricular clubs for like art maybe, with Mr. Blow and Miss Bates, with the computer ones that I know are going on, and just getting different clubs, all different people in. And the way I would advertise them is the same way, posters, but then also spreading the words by teachers. So maybe in like forms, like the form tutor can say, oh, tomorrow at lunchtime there's going to be the art club or whatever, and then also in assemblies as well, instead of just the house assemblies, in the actual your own year assemblies. So your head of year will tell you when they're on as well, even the sports ones and the non-sports ones.
Okay, thank you. Now my next question, what experience have you had in the past which would make you suited to this role? We'll start with Josh.
One, I was house captain last year, which has given me massive experience and a good overview of what you have to do. I've done over 200 volunteering hours in helping out in sports leaderships. I'm going to Zambia to run the tag rugby out there, and I've just been always throughout my school life. I've been a form rep a couple of times and taken on leadership roles.
Thank you. Now obviously you two, you've been house captain, you've been vice. What have you both achieved over the last year?
Well, together we got obviously we got the water fountains in, and we got the shelters in.
A little bit on the toilets.
And the massive thing this year was the new canteen staff in, or the new canteen company in that me and George were both on the board to get in. So we did that, and they're the biggest changes we made this year.
Thank you. George, which experience have you had?
Well, I was house vice captain only to Josh. I've probably not as much as Josh had, but I've had volunteering experience every week. I work with at least 100 young kids outside of school, and like through the panel, I've learned more things which the school can be improved by. And obviously, I help out a lot with clubs, whether in school and outside of school. And
Thank you. And now finally, could we sum up in a closing statement why people should vote for you? So we'll start with George.
You should vote for me because I will listen to you. I'll listen to you and your friends. I will take them, just like my opening statement, I will take them to the top of the school. I will make sure, as long as they're sensible though, I will make sure that they will be included in our discussions. They will be taken down in the minutes that we collect in house councils and school councils, and possibly even taken to SLTs to be taken into consideration to make the school a better place for everyone.
Thank you. Josh?
Well, the reason why you pick me is I'm very accountable. I make sure that everyone gets listened to no matter what. So every time that I hold a house meeting, all the form reps will be there, and everyone will have a point of view. And if they don't like something, we'll ask them why, and I will try and push for everything to go up to the top. And then if stuff doesn't, I'll come back to the form and ask them, right, can we try and change that so we can sort of push it up even further.
Well, thank you to all of our candidates for joining us today, and hopefully this will give you a bit more background of who to vote for as your next house captain. So thank you both much for watching, and goodbye.